I'm running late this morning. Here we go. I'm telling you, I'm very much looking forward to the newsletter. Sorry, I read something on the screen. I'm very much looking forward to the time change. Between that and winter, everything is thrown totally off. You know how it is. You know how it is. Okay, hello, fabric nerds. I know. Hello, fabric nerds, and good morning. Are you running late too? I was running early, but winter happened, and I forgot my lunch, and the car had to warm up, and the scheduled time didn't go off when it was intended to, and that's what you get for slowing down long enough to kiss the husband goodbye. Hello, mother. My mom is in the comments. Ignore half of what she says unless it's really nice about me. What do we got for you today? I got my poppy. See, I'm just like totally unprepared. This was supposed to be on my hoodie and it actually fell off and I couldn't find it. And then when I got here, it was on the ground. And some weird guy was outside. I don't know. He's gone now. Let's just hope nobody shows up banging on the door going, what are you doing? Anyway, okay, fabric nerds, enough about me and my crazy life. Let's talk about fabric because fabric loves us back. It never quibbles with us. It's just fabric. It doesn't have an opinion. Sometimes it has an opinion that says like, this is ugly, but fabric we can handle. I've been talking to a lot of people lately and they're like, if it weren't for quilting, man, yeah, at least these are things that you can kind of control and they're predictable. Okay, what's up first? I do have a list. I have a list. The sticky notes. Oh, we ran some stats. It's the first of the month. It's been a long time since I've told you all about stats, and I know people really love to hear what goes on behind the scenes in your favorite small business. Oh man, my hair's really doing a thing, isn't it? Maybe I should have a sip of tea. Okay, that's what's missing. Okay, so we still have ongoing the panel sale. If you look in the description on this video, there is a link to the panels that are on sale and they're sorted by price. I did that just for you. You just have to click on that link. That's down there in the description over there on Facebook. Who knows, wherever you're watching, wherever the description of the video is, there's a link in there to click or copy and paste or wherever. Tap on it with your little finger. It will go right to the panel sale sorted by price. You saw a picture that I posted last week of we sorted out all the panels and put them all over the cutting table. People are like, is that the display? I'm like, no, that was the cutting table. We just put them there to like make some sense of it. And then we sorted them. I actually resorted them yesterday because didn't think this through. It makes way more sense to put the $5 panels all in one bin and the $7.50 panels all in another bin. And the $10 panels are on the shelf. There's two other panels that are brand new that are lower on the shelf that are not $10, but they are a little bit off their regular price. So they're over there as well. But if you're looking for the $5 panels and the $7.50 panels, the $10 panels, those are nicely sorted. There are still plenty left of certain designs, like this fairy one behind me, which would make a really nice one block wonder. If you are thinking of doing a one block wonder and using panels, I'm just saying this is the perfect time to try that out. $5 a panel, I mean. If you haven't seen a one block wonder with panels, it's absolutely spectacular. I mean, seriously. So the panels, we had 300 on the floor after I dug out some extra bins. By the time I got around to counting some extra panels that we had on bolts that are just, nobody's buying face mask panels right now. I have 2 bolts, 2 different designs, and I have an extra bolt of Advent panels that I got by mistake. Long story. So it was over 400 individual patterns of like 70 some odd designs. Anyway, So you want to know how many panels we've sold? We panels are a steady seller, but since the sale, we sold, and the sale of the panels keeps going until Sunday. Some of them will remain marked down, but if you wanted any of the newer ones, some of them will not be on sale after November the 5th, which is Sunday. Also time change day. Two things to look forward to. Heidi says rabbit rabbit because it's the first of the month. So the panels. We sold over 80 in the first week. I love you guys. You guys are even like putting in mail orders from not in New Brunswick. That's gobsmacking to me. Like, as a small business owner, when somebody you don't even know. I don't know you. You're out in Ontario. You're out in BC, and I'm loving it. You're ordering stuff from me. This is fantastic. I'm just tickled, and I can't ask you in person. What are you making? What are you making? I'm intrigued. I want to know what you're making. Not that I'm confused. I'm just curious. Nosy, curious, whatever. I am interested. Um, yes, I really am interested. And I had somebody in here who was overly apologizing. Don't you apologize for this, about thinking about their quilt project in the middle of the night and angsting about it. And her husband finally said to her, "Oh, Andrea doesn't give a rat ass about your quilt." And I'm like, you know what? You go back and you tell him, I give more than a rat's ass. I give the whole rat. I am absolutely invested in your project. I need to know how it turns out. I have like the best job in the world. You make the quilt, I get to see it finished. Like, I love making quilts, but this way I get to live vicariously through you and make, help you make way more quilts. It's amazing. So yeah, I'm invested in your projects. Please feel free to tell me what you're working on because I really, really want to know. I'll remember too. I won't remember your name. I'll barely remember what you look like. I remember what you bought. I remember what you're working for, what you're working on. I'm remembering who it's for. Right. It's your grandkid, step grandkid, cousin, nephews, girlfriends. So sad that one didn't work out. But like you said, like that lady said, at least I didn't waste the good fabric on her. Sounds like something my mom would say, honestly. Anyway, so yeah, the panel sales going really, really well, and we are shipping it all over the place. I actually shipped something not panels to the US yesterday. So if you were that customer from the US who ordered those things, they are on your way. And my stats nerd wanted you to know that we sold 242 fat quarters in October. If you wanted to know. If you wanted to know. And Heidi will point out, I won't fuss over your work or critique it. Everything you do is gorgeous. Whatever you're looking at it and going, oh my God, it sucks. This is a mistake. Please don't look too closely. And I'm like, what's wrong with this? There's nothing wrong with this. It's great. It's fantastic. I love it. My work, yeah, it's all right. Anybody else, your stuff's fine. If you want me to critique, if not critique, if you want some constructive criticism and tips to make it better, sure, I can give you that. But most of the time, y'all are doing just great. Y'all are doing just great. So the stats. So we sold over 80 the first week of the panel sale. Panels for October, we sold a total of 115 with more than 80 in the last week. I'm curious to see how many we sell this week. 242 fat quarters in October at all price points. So we did the stats two ways for what was best selling in October, and I love this because Snowy ran the reports and was like, it doesn't make sense to go just by best selling, which I'll give you some of that in a minute. There is some overlap because if two people come in and buy like a whole bolt of black, thank you, Kathy, that might skew our stats a little for that particular color. Yeah. The canvas ebony was a huge seller, one of our top sales in October because Kathy bought a whole bolt, and we have other ones like that. So what was popular with the most people? So they had the most sales, but also purchased by the most people. So instead of one or two people buying a lot of something, there were a lot of people who bought a fair amount. Cone of Snow, And I would like to thank the Fredericton Quilters Guild for that, because we did a workshop last Saturday, and that's what most people needed the cone of snow for. It's also a really nice warm white. I have a warmer white from Colorworks from Northcott, which is very similar. Wanted to fiddle with the price point a little, but we have lots of cone of snow. After midnight, I think that was the canvas after midnight because I didn't write that down. Or maybe it was the solid. I think it was the canvas after midnight, which is a very nice deep navy blue. Ultra black. I'll get back to the ultra black in a second because I have news on that. Black is always a great seller, and especially before Halloween. The apple red scroll that was part of the bounty of the season that just hit the sales rack. There's a nice red scroll in there with the metallic, and it is part of a fall line, but it matches a lot of Christmassy things. So if you haven't checked that out and you need some nice red with a little hint of gold in it, a nice little scroll, might work. And the bee toss gray for the bee in the bee croft. There's like five or four, not very many. The bee croft, there's not a lot of the bee croft left. I'm telling you, that was a great seller. You'll have to wait until May for another line of bee fabric. Sorry, but that one has, the one in May has purple. You can check it out on the Northcott site under coming soon. It'd be great. That was my phone if you heard the little notification. In terms of high sales for popular items, I just find this interesting, what sells really well. And I mean, it's like you would expect. So in addition to the most people buying those things, there was significant overlap anyway. Also antique white, the canvas ebony, Kathy's in the comments, and the canvas whitewash. Antique white, ebony whitewash. I love the canvas. I hate the name. It just looks like grunge. If you want something that looks like grunge, but you don't want to pay that sort of price, the canvas blender stuff, I still have at $13 a meter, which is kind of nuts and really, really good for a blender. I mean, come on, that's great. And I have all the colors they have, except one. We did get restocked. I got the boxes in when I said it's on the way. It's on the way. If you're looking for black, it's in the truck. It's on the way. The truck landed yesterday. And the delivery guy is a young fella. I could be his mom. If he needs a mom, I could totally fill in for him because he lugged in these 3 heavy boxes. And I said, hey, you want a treat? They're like, it's Halloween. Like, you want a treat? Trick or treat? Like, we've got a bucket of chocolate here. Like, please take one. And his face lit up like, oh, really? I can have a treat? And he only took one. Sweet guy. I was like, take a handful, dude. Just have one for the road. Happy Halloween. Jeez. You're so cute. Just want to muss his hair. But anyway, so 3 big boxes of restocked things came. There were a couple of colors on back order, which was wild. Sorry, Angela, if you're watching this later, the whitewash is on back order. I ordered a few bolts. Angela wants a bolt of her own. Did you know if you buy a whole bolt, a whole full bolt of something, I will give you a discount? In case you needed to know that. It's harder for me to mail, but if you really need something, maybe we can work something out. So anyway, so all of the solids that we were missing in the Kona Colorworks, not the Kona, in the Northcott Colorworks, if there were solids that were low or missing, they're all restocked. The ultra black is back in stock. We are back in black. Cue up the AC/DC music. Right, I don't have sound people to help me. So we get that. There was also a bit of a funny because the Northcott usually does 10-meter bolts. And every so often you might get one that's 9, 9.5, 10, 10.5. Sometimes you might get 11. It's around 10. Most of the other companies do 15-yard bolts, 13.7 meters. And it's the same. You might get 12. You might get a little more than 15, but it's like somewhere between 12 and 15. One of the canvas colors that I restocked is a really pretty yellow color called limoncello or limoncello. I don't know. Anyway, it's a pretty yellow. They sent me a 15-meter bolt. Probably gonna last me half the year, but it's a great yellow. I have lots. It was just funny. This one bolt of yellow. It's like they probably had enough to do. Well, we've got enough to do a bolt and a half of here. This lady's stocking up. Let's give her the rest. So that's that. We did get another box of new fabric. Not a lot, not a ton, but a really nice selection. Remember how I said sometimes my fabric reps come around and they show us what's new for each of the companies that they represent, what's coming out months from now, so we can pre-order things. They also have stuff that's reorderable that's in stock from the various companies that they represent, and some of them have sales. So sometimes it'll be like one or two bolts left of particular collections that they just had lots of. Could be many reasons. The fabric is still 100% quilt shop quality. It's just leftover. It just didn't sell when, they got their pre-orders, because they'll do the pre-orders from all the quilt shops and they'll order a little bit extra for anybody who wants to order in the meantime, other quilt shops who didn't get their pre-orders in sometimes. And sometimes things will happen like they get a little extra, or maybe a quilt shop will cancel their order and they've got some extra things on hand, or maybe they thought this print would be really popular and it wasn't, and they had did too big of a print run. So it's fine. It's name brand. They're not strike offs. They're not the first runs. It's just leftovers. And I get them in because it means it's a great price point for you. So the following ones are $12 a meter. You can buy them. I did not get the images up, but my little elves will work on that. And a lot of these are like Andover and Free Spirit, Makeover, Makeover. It's like makeover, but with a W. Makeover. Wish I could just edit that of me saying it badly like 6 times in a row. Makeover UK, Studio E. So really cute stuff. This is a nice low volume background with little scissors and thimbles and flowers and stuff. Dun, 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 dun. Look at that. It's a very light gray. So if you need some low volume with just a little bit of something, got that. These are all $12 a meter. I know. I couldn't believe it either. That's what I did for you. The cutest little cardinals on a gray background. Look at him. Isn't he sweet? I want to do a little mini and fussy cut that little birdie right there and give him a name. I got this with a couple people in mind. Also, it was hilarious and cheap. That's how I buy stuff sometimes. It has parrots and butterflies and it's purple. Somebody out there, this is the perfect fabric for you. I mean, come on. Look at it. How could you be depressed looking at this? Look at it. Parrots. I thought it was puffins. Parrots and puffins. Look, puffins are the parrots of the north. Oh my God, I just clued in. Anyway, parrots and butterflies, feathers, purple. If you love all those things, I got you covered. This is from Andover. It is part of something from the guy called Juicy Juice. I love his work. It's so modern. It's a great magenta. It'll blend in nice with all kinds of other things from Andover and possibly Free Spirit. Can't remember who did this one, but it's pink with multicolored stars. Those are stars, not polka dots. It's adorable. And it's 12 bucks. Also, multicolored confetti dots. It's going to match your scrappy quilts. These are great for those things. And a really nice tone-on-tone blue floral. They're just fillers. I mean, nothing too spectacular in there, but it's kind of in the realm of the people who come in, and I've been that person who's like, I'll know it when I see it. But now I have some good options for some other things. And this last one, we are in love with. And I've got to stop buying night sky fabric because I'm really stocked up. It's a starry night. It's constellations. Look at it. Isn't it pretty? And it is a deep, rich, that's the back. You can see like the dye is really deep and rich. It's all the constellations with all the little lines drawn on there. Look at that. I mean, at $12 a meter, if you had to buy the yardage to make a quilt back, that's still fairly decent price. and very, very pretty. So that's the do stuff. I did mark down some of our Christmassy flannels to $10 a meter. I'd like to see these go. Black and white snowflakes. This is regular width. You will find them in the sale page. Yeah, I'm still touting these. More wintry, winter, but not Christmas because it's got pine cones and snowflakes. And this one, to me, is a little more Christmassy. Again, snowflakes on beige with multicolor. And the last flannel I want to show you, I don't think I've shown this yet. Doesn't matter. It's the K Facet Flannel Grid. It is 24 a meter, but you only need 1.5 meters to 2 meters. It's a very nice heavyweight flannel. It is not vinyl backed or anything. The Fons and Porter design wall has been discontinued, I guess. This is a really good substitute. Better than a dollar store flannel tablecloth. I've been testing it. It works really well. Stick it on your wall. Attach it to like the styrofoam insulation boards if you want, and you just smooth your blocks onto this. You do not have to pin stuff to it. You just stick it on there. I have some up on the wall. You can come look. It's great stuff. Stick it on your Christmas list. A couple other things. I did finally get the Emmeline bag hardware up on the rack, but I wanted to draw your attention to the fact that I have the Retreat bag internal wire frames, and they're only $4. The Retreat bag is a free bag pattern on the Emmeline bag site. Look, see, it's like that little bag, little frames that you can, you know all about this. If you don't, let me know. So that's only $4. Every so often we go through things and there's like 1 or 2 left, so we put them on sale. Maple Squares, Dear Isla. It's Isla, not Isla. And I know this because we have family friends who named their kid Isla. It's really cute. I had to update the stock because I actually used one and didn't take it out of stock. Look at these nice colors. So some rusts, some blues, and it's very modern, very nice. It could go for a guy too. Somebody I know bought the layer cake when we had it and made a quilt for her son, and he enjoyed it very much. The other one that's on sale is Linear. We only have 2 of these left, and they're browns and oranges and very disco 70s. Big hair. It's very cute. It's got some purple in there too. These are also on sale for $10 a piece. It's charm packs. Let's see what else. Yes, the new Glide Thread Rack behind me. I have been talking about it. There it is in all its glory. That is not all the colors. If I wanted to get all the colors in the small spools, I'd need to get 2 more of these. And I still wouldn't have the newest releases. It's insane. But you're bound to find a color to match in there, and we did that yesterday. Thank you to the lady who came in and said I was at big fabric chain down the road trying to pick a thread color to quilt this quilt with and couldn't do anything, and then stood in the middle of the store and said, why am I here when I could just go to Andrea's and she'll actually help me? So I did. I absolutely dug out my own personal stash of long arm threads that I use of the Glide, and we pulled a strand of a few selected colors. I'll just pull out a strand of an open, unwind it, and lay it out over top of her pieces of fabric that she brought in, not the whole quilt top, to figure out what blended really nice on everything else. It only took 5 or 10 minutes maybe, but we had a clear winner. It was warm gray number 4, which is a beigey grayish, and blends really, really well. You would think with a super shiny thread, it would show off a lot, and it does when you want it to. But a lot of the neutrals sink right in and blend like crazy. I tell you, it's really, I love quilting with that stuff. Not just on long arms either. So the other thing, back to the workshop that I done on Saturday for the Guild. It was the Guild that I'm in, the Fredericton Guild, and I'm the workshop coordinator. And I do owe somebody an email about that. Oops. I was supposed to email her on Sunday. I'm terrible. So we made the Minning Charming Christmas. You have seen it in the shop. I actually worked on another one. We made this. Dun, 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 dun. This is the free pattern from Fat Quarter Shop. Thank you, Fat Quarter Shop, for being there for all of us smaller shop owners, I guess. 26 and a half by 26 and a half. It's super cute. It takes 2 mini charm packs. I have enough left for 2. This one and another one. So if you want 2 mini charm packs and the pattern, there's only 2 left, and you can make one just like ours on your own at home. I will hook you up. The mini charm packs are $8 a piece, and I will just give you the nice free pattern that I printed out on my home printer with new toner. Do not ask me how much I paid for toner. Thank God it's laser, because it's going to last forever. Forever being like a whole year, maybe 2. And Heidi asked, do you ever quilt with outdated sample stacks like that? Yes, but usually it's the opposite. Usually it's the opposite, Heidi. If I have a big stack of something like pre-cuts and I find that they're not really selling well, I will probably make a sample so they can hang it up and people see what you can make with it. And then they're like, okay, I want to buy that. That usually works. But I have a lot of sample quilts. So what I've been doing lately, if there's hardly any left, out it goes. In the case of these ones, I've actually made a table runner with this that I haven't quilted yet. That's how far I am behind. And I made a tote bag out of these, which still has no handles. It's a great tote bag though, except for the whole missing handle part. So yeah, but I do have this sample. Again, almost done. I have to do my outer borders. We had a great time. And while I was in that workshop, I did bring a bunch of extra tools to show people. And these are experienced quilters. Most of them were very experienced, but we can all still learn from each other. I learn from them. They learn from me. Sometimes we just learn about conversation that isn't even quilting related. Some of the ladies know that I'm very advocate about LGBTQ issues. So if they have questions about that sort of thing, they feel free to ask me. And we had some good conversations about that. So that's cool. Some people might think, well, that's inappropriate for like a quilt workshop. It was a private conversation during the shop. It wasn't during teaching moments. I wasn't lecturing the class. Whatever. We could all use a little more kindness and love. If you're stuck, you can never err on the side of, you just saying to somebody, I really love you. I don't understand, but I love you. Okay, and go from there. So one of the things that we talked about, other than that, and what we were having for lunch and what their husbands were doing. So I showed off a few things, and a couple of people asked me, how do I, put down these bulky seams? I already pressed it. It's a little bulky, just like there's pressing directions, press all the seams this way, press them all that way. Sometimes at intersections, especially with some half square triangles, it's a little bulky. You want to get them to flatten a little. And they're like, what do you do for these? So I was like, I brought with me the Easy Press fabric treatment, this stuff right here. I brought this little pen with this liquid in it. And I showed people how it worked. And I still want to do a standalone video about this. But if you've heard about this, absolutely worth it. I will show you in store if you need me to. And I just told somebody, I'm sorry, Fran. I said I didn't have any and I had to order more. I did order more. And then found I had 3 of the kits on the shelf, not where the other stuff is. I like to keep things grouped for a reason, because I just looked over at the shelf because some of them don't have hang tags. I have a big bottle of this. If you like the Easy Press fabric treatment, I have a 16-ounce bottle. I think this is a 4-ounce bottle. Yeah, this is a 4-ounce. I have an 8-ounce or 16. I'm not sure. I have a bigger bottle if you really like it. But this bottle here has lasted me about a year. I know. You don't use it on the whole quilt. It is different than Best Press. I still use Best Press. I still use this. They are, for me, in my mind, 2 different things. Best Press is like overall, I'm doing the final starch, the final press of a whole top or a block, and I just want to give it a light starch. This, I'm going to flatten my seams. I'm going to take out that little fold line. When you get fabric off the bolt and there's that fold line and it's stubborn and you press it and steam it and press it, and you can still tell where that fold line is. This will get it out. I will show you and you will go, holy crap, it worked. What the heck, Andrea? So I do have 3 of these, and it does have the glue in it. seam align glue, which is the best thing for when you are machine binding and sticking those corners down so that they're perfect. Totally not cheating. If you are a fan of Art East Quilt Co. and John and his wild stuff, he does a lot with the Acorn Easy Precision Piecing System. That's a mouthful, isn't it? But I have more in the way, and I do have 3 kits. That was my point. It's fantastic. I love it. The other thing that is fantastic and I love, which I haven't shown you yet, and I will show you. I've shown a few people in store. Now, you know I'm picky. You know, if I tell you a product is just okay, and I will just flat out tell you, yeah, it's okay. It's all right. It's good for what it does. I might not necessarily use that product. I might prefer something else. It doesn't mean the product is necessarily bad. But there are some things that I'm like, guys, you just haven't figured this out yet. One of these is mat cleaners. I do have a little sponge. It's a lint remover. It doesn't really clean my mat so much as it does wipe up all the lint off of it. It's just a sponge, but it's a cute sponge. So I do use both of these. And this one is from the Gypsy Quilter, so it's purple. This is a mat cleaner. And it's silicone. And you can, put your hand in it and just do this. So it's silicone, so you can just like throw it in the dishwasher, rinse it under the sink, whatever. And you can see how linty it is. Look at, see, you can see that lint, right? You see all that lint in there? So I do need to clean it. Yeah, there's some lint right there. Look at that. You rub this on the cutting lines of your mat when it's got the fuzz in it. If you can see it, you rub this on it. You don't even, unless you're like a heavy duty user like me and you've got deep grooves and ruts, you don't have to rub this very hard. You just sort of like wipe it a couple times back and forth. You get this lint. Yeah, Kathy's saying she got one last time. We showed her this nice blue one right here. Blue, purple, doesn't matter. We showed her and she was like, sold. Give me one. She's good like that. Kathy and my mom, if you ever meet, you're gonna be like fast friends. Honestly, I'm dreading that day because I will never hear the end of this. I'll never get in a word in edgewise either. That's why. But yeah, silicone mat cleaner. How much are these? 10 or 12, something like that. I didn't put a price tag on this because I just noticed yesterday when prepping that I had to put more on the shelf. Yeah. So mat cleaner, this actually works. This actually works. It is totally worth whatever price tag you see in any store. I would prefer you got it from me, but I'm telling you, it works. Yeah, I will show you in store because it's right here. We keep it under the counter and use it all the time. It's like heavy use, and I'm impressed. Yeah, it's worth it. So that's that. Oh yeah, I brought over my Glide. I got brought over the extra colors of Glide. $8 a spool. I didn't even have to change the price. Went through customs without a hitch this time. Yeah, I know. I think that's it. I did have one other thing, but you've got plenty of time for this. I do have some advent calendars in. I'm going to pimp them hard later, but if they tickled your fancy last time, I do have more. So I guess that's it. Still running behind. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you on the flip side after I figure out what to do with this. We've taken down some of the Halloween stuff. I'm starting to put up some of the Christmas stuff. I haven't gone full on Christmas. Almost between 2 gift shops, like Tweedside Road is up there and Cranberry Creek is over there, and they're both like full on Christmas. Yesterday, one of them posted they were posting Christmas carols, and I'm like, it's Halloween. But I won't put the tree up in here until after November 11th because that's just a thing that I just have a hard time doing. It's okay if you do, and it's okay. I don't get offended or anything. Just for me personally, it's not going up in the shop until after that. Don't know what we're going to do at home. My tree's going to be here. We'll figure it out. Oh, well. Yeah. Christmas will happen in here after November the 11th. It'll escalate between now and then. hope that's the only thing that's going to escalate. So go look at your projects, look at your schedule, see what you're doing. Start thinking of your Christmas list, because I'm going to do some fun things for Christmas lists for your loved ones to purchase things from your favorite quilt shop. I want to make it easy for them and easy for you. Yes, so that's what's upcoming. And the panel sale ends on November the 5th. I didn't highlight yet what we have left of some panels that are only like 1 or 2 left. But if you tap or click on each image or title on the panels page, it'll show you how much we have left in stock. So if you did want to do a 1 block wonder, there we go. You can see how many we have. That one we have a lot of. You buy it so I don't have to like make one. That fairy one would be really pretty. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go. I can't figure out how to stop talking. I think the meds have kicked in and I need more tea. It's ADHD meds. It's good stuff. If your brain doesn't make the right chemicals, it's perfectly fine to take some medication that helps it make the right chemicals, just like your pancreas or your heart or your liver or some hormonal thing. It's great. We're all in this together, including our quilting. And remember, you don't suck. You're just hard on yourself. This is also advice to myself. Whenever I'm giving you advice, sometimes it's to me too. So yeah, you're fine. Your quilts are fine and gorgeous, and we all love you. I know. I will see you on the flip side if I don't see you sooner. Stay warm, stay safe, and tell someone you love them today. Or just say, hey, you look great. That's all I got for you, other than sales. I need new glasses. I'm squinting, yes. Sorry, Mom, I'm just trying to find out my end screen. There we go. There we go. Oops, hit it twice. All right, I'm closing up. I promise. Bye.